Hey everyone, it's Jason Dunn from Smartphone Thoughts, and this is a follow-up video on the HTC Snap. So this video is a little bit different than normal. As you can tell, the lights are a little bit low, and the reason for that is I wanted to actually show you guys a little bit more about the software and a little bit more about the Snap itself. I unfortunately have to send this back to the nice people at Expansys that sent it to me because it's a really popular phone right now. I was only able to keep it for about a week, but I wanted to, share a little bit more about what I've thought of it after I've had a little bit of a chance to use it. I haven't actually had much time with it, so I can't talk about battery life or, kind of call performance or things like that, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the scroll wheel. So like I said in my unboxing and first impressions video, I was a little bit iffy on the scroll wheel. I didn't really know whether I was going to like it, and I can honestly say that it's pretty good. As you can see, even if I do a big scroll, like, a fairly significant function here, it's not like it pops through, 30 of the, well, not 30, I guess there's about 6, it's not like it sort of scrolls through all of the sliding panels. I just do one sweep and it goes down by 1. And if I go up to a panel that has, multiple options, like here, I can simply move to the left or to the right and to the left, and it doesn't matter. I can do a little movement here, and it will carry it, or I can do a big movement and it will also switch over. So in terms of the scroll wheel, I was a little bit afraid that it was going to be sort of spastic, I guess, meaning that if you did a scroll function, it would sort of keep scrolling and scrolling, and it doesn't do that on the home screen. What it does do, though, let me see if I can get this to work here. It's a little bit awkward. If I go into change city, it gives me a big list of cities, and what I can do though is I can actually scroll down, and you can see that in a big long list, it doesn't allow you to go through a lot of options. Like in a big long list, I would want the scroll wheel to let me go through things quickly, but instead it's about as fast as a regular D-pad, and well, maybe even a little bit slower, because with a regular control pad, you could of course press and hold down and it would pick up speed, but in this case it doesn't do that. Now, I'm not sure if that's the case with every application out there. There may in fact be applications where this works a little bit better, but that's the way the apps that I've seen work. Let me go into this. Actually, sorry, take it back. That's the web browser, and as you can tell, it's telling me that I don't have a connection. This leads me to one of the things I discovered about the Snap that I actually don't like very much, and it's kind of weird that HTC did this. On most phones on the market, from HTC and Samsung and other guys, when you press the power button on the phone and you just tap it once, that's supposed to bring up the quick list, meaning the thing that allows you to quickly turn on Wi-Fi, turn off Wi-Fi, turn on Bluetooth, turn off the cellular radio, etc., or even actually put the phone into silent mode. Now, HTC does have dedicated volume buttons, so you can turn down the system volume here, but it's not quite the same. So what we actually have to do is we have to go Start, we have to go into Settings, we have to scroll down to More, and we have to go into Connections, and then we have to go into the COM Manager. Now, maybe there's a quicker way to do it, but I honestly haven't found that yet. So yeah, if anyone knows if there's a fast way to do that, by all means, please feel free to leave a comment. All right, so that's what I think about the scroll wheel. All in all, it's pretty good. Other buttons on here, there's this button that is the inner circle. So I'm just going to press this, and it's not really going to do anything exciting. This is a function, or basically it's a piece of custom software that HTC created, and that when you press this inner circle button, it essentially acts as a filter on your email. I don't believe it includes text messages, but I could be wrong. And essentially what this filter does is it shows you, I think it's up to 5 people that you flag as being part of your inner circle, meaning people that you want to see communication from them, right away. You want to look back on old communication, etc. So it's kind of a neat trick. Like I said, I don't have this phone long enough to really take advantage of it, but it might work out pretty well. Some of the other buttons on here, you can press function and then this key, and that will actually launch the SMS application. So that's a quick way to get into doing a text message. There's also the camera key. So if I go function this button, you'll see that the camera will start up, and this is just showing the white background that I have. So we don't really need to look at that. And this button, though, by default is actually a messenger button. So when I press it, you'll see Windows Live Messenger actually start up, and that gives me a good excuse to go into the software list and just give you a little bit of idea about what you get with the phone. There's a few different multimedia programs. Like I'll go in here into the album, and this is a really nice photo album and video album application. If you're curious about what the camera looks like, that's a photo I took just of a set of screwdrivers sitting on my desk. The camera seems pretty good, but again, it doesn't have a flash, and so that's going to hamper you in some instances. And we'll take a look at a video that HTC includes on the device. Of course, they're using the rather awful Windows Media Player mobile, and so I actually have to go in here. Oh, look at that. I can't do full screen while it's paused. That's great software design, Microsoft. Not. Alright, here's full screen. The video is smooth and it's crisp, everything's clear. The screen looks great. The screen, even though it's only 320 by 240, the screen is very bright and crisp and clear. I haven't tested it outdoors. I suspect it's going to be basically the same as, you know, every other screen. What I would have loved to have seen inside this multimedia folder would actually be HTC's YouTube client. On their higher end touchscreen phones, they have a really nice YouTube client, and of course YouTube doesn't work on other phones because it lacks flash, etc., etc. So you need a YouTube client to really have a good experience, and HTC did not include that, which sort of sucks. Looking here, we have Office Mobile, so it includes Excel Mobile, OneNote Mobile, PowerPoint Mobile, and Word Mobile, so you can do some basic document editing and creation on the go. It does include the Internet Explorer, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can pull up a favorite here, so we can actually just take a look and see, you know, what the browser looks like and what the how the scroll wheel works, because I'm curious to see if, you know, as I scroll, it'll go down in sort of a quicker motion. Oh, okay. Well, color me surprised. I did not expect to see this. You can see the scroll wheel actually turns the cursor into a cursor that you can move anywhere on the screen, and that's actually pretty interesting. The other thing you can see is that if I do a flick, it actually carries me a great deal, you know, up and down the page. So that does mean that the cursor is, I guess, application sensitive. On some apps it'll allow you to scroll really quickly, and on other apps it will not. And I'm just going to double check something here, because I think, yeah, I'm not 100% sure if this is, this looks like it might actually be the Windows Mobile, the Internet Explorer 6, which is interesting because I haven't actually seen a device come my way that has it yet. A lot of HTC devices, they actually use Opera, you know, on their higher end phones. So this looks like it might be Internet Explorer 6, and of course I don't really have a lot of time to investigate that, but I'll verify that when I'm editing the video. Take a look at what else it comes with, see if there's anything interesting. As I said, there's Windows Live Messenger, no games to speak of, Bubble Breaker and Solitaire, which all phones have. Your basic stuff under accessories, Adobe Acrobat Reader for reading PDFs, a couple of other simple things. Okay, yeah, there's the comm manager, so I guess I can make a shortcut to that. Quick GPS for using the GPS, and that's really about it, actually. I would have preferred to have seen, Samsung does a good job of including a few different apps with their phones, so there's like a stopwatch app and things like that. Here's Google Maps. So Google Maps is in fact included, and it works pretty well. The scroll wheel allows you to move relatively quickly through the phone. There's Windows Live. There's the inner circle that I mentioned, and then it also includes Windows Live Search, which is a free download. So there's not a lot here in terms of anything that's really exciting, but it does have all the basics, and of course you can add on any software you want. So that's been my look at this phone so far. I apologize I don't have a lot of time to go into more detail. It's been Jason Dunn from Smartphone Thoughts. Thanks for watching.